comments. And first of all, thank everybody for being here this evening. I have a few housekeeping things I need to take care of. First off is just to let everybody know that the seats have been spaced specifically for physical distancing, something we've become so accustomed to. So kindly keep those seats where they are. Also, I'm going to ask that all of our guests who are in our classrooms around the perimeter of our building, if you would kindly locate the index card that is near your area, and hopefully someone has a writing utensil and can jot down with print the name of the people who are at your area. I have a map of just everything and how it's set up, and I will be needing to have you leave that card behind in case we do need to do any tracking after this, which my philosophy is if we're prepared to do it, we're not going to have to do it. So please take a few moments if you would now, any of our guests. There's one index card for every 2 chairs. Would you kindly write your name, again print so that I would be able to read that? And again, my goal is not to have to be able to use those, but leave them behind in case we do need those. Also, I'd like to give a big welcome to those who are joining remotely, and I would ask for the live streaming. If you are joining us from afar with the live streaming, would you please type in your name as well as the name of the student who you are here to recognize out there in TV land, out there in remote land. So again, I'm asking that everyone who is live streaming with us this evening, if you would please type in your name to that comments area, and also type in the name of the student that you are honoring this evening as we celebrate. This is my 7th year here at Clark, and I need to just do a huge, huge shout out. This is the first year out of 7 that everyone was on time. Students, thank you. Come on, you can do better than that. You can do better than that. I often have to say, okay, I know we want to honor everybody's time, but I don't have everybody. Tonight we did, because students, as you know, we kind of had an idea of everybody who was going to be here, and Mrs. Bartow, Mrs. Gribble had helped me determine that we had everyone we were expecting. So thank you so very much for being so prompt. I would like to start by having us all join in thanking 2 of our very talented students, and actually I'm going to add a third as well, Miss Emily Osborne, Mr. Dirk Morehouse, and also Jordan, not only a photographer, but also a pianist this evening, for the wonderful music. Let's hear it for them. At this time, I invite everyone to stand and please join in the pledge to our flag. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Thank you. You may be seated. Welcome to everyone to Clark's annual induction of our incredible scholars here from our National Honor Society, our Science National Honor Society, Mu Alpha Theta, and for just our 2nd time here at Clark, the National Art Honor Society. I welcome those of you who are in person with us this evening, as well as those who are tuning in via live streaming. As many of you already know, I am Debbie Kohuth, the very proud principal here at Clark, and a firm believer in the importance of you acquiring and applying the knowledge, and most importantly, exhibiting responsibility and all of those other wonderful characters that you have in you, in order to not only have the reward of positive outcomes in your GPAs, but also to make our world really what it is now. We have so much faith in what our future is going to be because of young people like you. As a classroom teacher for 15 years, the mantra of all my courses had been inquiry and observations. Those were keys to success. Well, I'm going to tell you, not only are those keys to success, but now more than ever, persistence. That has to be our third key. Persevere, be committed, do what's expected in the timeline that the tasks are that you're doing when they're essential. That's going to bring about so many successes in school as you continue your career with us here, in service to your community, and in life. Perseverance, I'm sure everybody would agree, is especially important, especially these days of this pandemic. We have quite an event taking place tonight. How awesome to have 4 honor societies recognizing and inducting new members, all with this physical distancing and becoming beaming faces underneath of our masks. Some of our inductees this evening, you will notice, will be part of more than one ceremony. Some of them may even be part of 4 ceremonies. Parents and family members, take pride in knowing that you have most likely been a very big part of the successful equation that you've imparted not only a love of learning, but a high degree of responsibility to these young people. We thank you for the role that you play in supporting this next generation. Students, let's hear it for your guests. Very shortly, we're going to move into the part of tonight's event during which each honor society will recognize its new members. But when you need to, I invite you to take a stretch break in your own little socially distanced area. And as you need to, please use the restrooms because we are not going to have any sort of intermission. So I would invite you at any time, if you need to use the restrooms, you would go out, and ladies' room is towards the left, men's room is at the right. In the middle of all of our ceremonies, since we have 4, we are going to, after the second one, we will take a group stretch break just to kind of get some oxygen to our brains. We do have photographers here with us this evening from our journalism and our yearbook team, and they're going to be taking individual photographs of our inductees as each inductee receives their certificate up here at the podium along with their advisor. And they're also going to be taking photographs throughout the evening as the events unfold. Proud guests, I'm going to ask that you hold your applause until every group of inductees has been announced. And if you are moving to take a photo, please, you must maintain safe distancing for the comfort of all attendees. And a friendly reminder, please, face masks are required at all times as we gather this evening for this induction. Who would have thought a year ago I'd have to be adding that to my speech? But here we are, and we're doing it. We're making it happen. Now let's get on with the festivities. So the National Art Honor Society was suggested and is now sponsored by Mrs. Gribble. As she noted just last year, the interest and talent in art of so many of our students. National Art Honor Society provides recognition and connectivity for outstanding art students, providing opportunities for innovation and for creativity. Our National Art Honor Society will be inducting 7 new students, 4 of whom should be in attendance this evening. Their second year as an art club. In order to be invited for membership in the National Art Honor Society, students must have earned a 3.5 art GPA and have completed at least 1 art class at the high school level. It goes without saying that these students also have a passion for art of all kinds. I introduce to you Mrs. Alexandria Gribble.
Good evening, everybody. Thank you all for joining us tonight and taking time to celebrate your achievements as students and family and friends that are gathered here, your students' achievements. So I'd like to start with just a little bit of information about what National Art Honor Society is. Even though it is our second year at Clark, it has been around since 1978. It is overseen by the organization, National Art Education Association, and they began this program to inspire and recognize students who have shown an outstanding ability in art. The program helps support students members in their efforts to attain highest standards in art scholarship, character, and service to art education and the attention of the school and the community. As members of National Art Honor Society, our student members have competed in several art competitions and have won. They have also done some work in the community with awareness of high school programs with events such as Arts Fest. And they have also worked on murals in the community as well last school year. Unfortunately, not this school year. We couldn't make that happen. But looking forward to next school year as well. As Mrs. Kohuth mentioned, this is just our second year, and we are proud to induct 7 new members tonight. The students who are invited to National Art Honor Society have a strong interest in art. They may not want to pursue it as a career, but they may have a strong personal passion for art or academic passion as well. And besides maintaining a high art GPA and a high overall GPA, they also have an interest in helping the community through their art. At this time, I would like to share the NAHS charge for new members, which is something you should strive for as growing artists. Take the world in its colors and forms, its lines and textures, its balances and movements and spaces. Combine all these into a beautiful statement of what it is to be human. Give back to the world the same element of beauty that you as an artist take from it. Create beauty in the world with your talents and your living. And at this time, I would like to introduce Juliana Vallone, who is our 2020-2021 National Art Honor Society President, and she would like to say a few words of wisdom for our new members.
Hello and good evening. My name is Juliana Vallone, and I'm the President of National Art Honor Society for 2020 and 2021 school year. Before I begin, I would like to first of all thank the Honor Society for letting me speak on their behalf. I'm very grateful for this experience. Secondly, I would like to thank everyone who has come out to support their family and friends here tonight. I come here tonight to talk about art, but when I say art, what does one think it means? Some may limit art to getting a piece of paper and pencil, drawing to their heart's content, when it's really so much more than that. Art is a very widespread and general subject. It has many genres that one can get lost looking through. There are many alleyways to go down, and when you think you're done, you get lost just looking through. There's no end. There's painting, culinary, performing, writing, architecture, drawing, animating, graphic design, and so many more that fit as art. I would be here for years upon years, naming them all. All these genres of art have differences, yet have one thing in common, the want to create. They all revolve around that want to take that vision and make it a reality, and that is what we do here at the National Art Honor Society. In our Honor Society, it's not just one vision, but everyone's all together. We work together, and that is what makes us unique as a group. Together, we have participated in numerous art shows, events, and much more. We have so much more planned this year that I'm excited to do. If there's anything I want the people being inducted here today to take away, it is some things that have personally helped me as an artist. Firstly, believe until you succeed. Believe, believe, believe. Believe that you can, because if you don't, you won't achieve what you want to succeed in. And when you succeed, you set the bar higher. In art, there's always room for improvement, and it's always important to put yourself to greater lengths. This is how you grow not only as an artist, but as a person. Secondly, everyone sitting in this room is an artist. You do not need to be born with raw talent or have a childhood filled with art to be considered an artist. All that you need is that will to create. Finally, make what you want and make it your own. I find it so important because being an artist is simply creating whatever you imagine. You only have one life, so shouldn't you make it your own? I see only great things in the future for the inductees sitting in this room tonight. They have accomplished their requirements to become members of our Honor Society. Inductees, this is only the beginning of your art journey. There is so much more to explore and learn. I wish you the best in your journey and hope you achieve the greatest. Thank you. Inductees, please rise to be recognized.
Hannah Leonardo. Julius Jasper Mann. Sienna Perez. Christopher Forsinski.
And at this time, as members, as you return to your seats, please remain standing. We have one last piece, which is our National Art Honor Society pledge. We'll wait for Sienna and Christopher to return to their seats. And then we'll say these words together. Let us begin. So say these words with me. I will, in my life, to the best of my ability, through my talents and art, help to create a more beautiful world for myself, for humankind, and for all living things. Thank you, members. And at this time, I would like to welcome Mr. Barry Bixler for Mu Alpha Theta.
We have two of our officers here who are going to speak in a moment, but I'd like to first of all congratulate everyone. I made an observation to Mrs. Kohut yesterday about how much talent there is in this room, how much future abilities there are to do great things. And I know, being a little bit older than most of you, some of the people in my peer group often say comments about, they wonder about the younger generation, and my feeling is I wish they could be here right now in this room to see the younger generation. And I have great confidence in what they can do. So now I'm going to introduce our president, Emily Osborne, who's going to speak first.
Good evening, candidates. You are being presented for initiation in Mu Alpha Theta, an international high school and two-year college mathematics honor society. It is an honor to be selected for membership in this organization, which has over 1,500 chapters across the United States and in some foreign countries. Each of you meets the requirements for membership, and this includes work done with distinction in college preparatory mathematics and in other academic subjects. Your diligence and success have demonstrated the qualities of industry, initiative, and reliability. The principal purpose of Mu Alpha Theta is to stimulate a deeper and more effective interest in mathematics. Therefore, it is desirable that you be given some brief instruction that may encourage you to consider the deeper meaning and historical significance of mathematics. I speak for the history of mathematics. The arithmetic, trigonometry, number theory, and astronomy of the Babylonians reached far and evidently contributed to the progress of the ancient world. It took many years for the concept of the number zero to develop, but it made possible the development of algorithms for addition and multiplication, which became important tools in human progress. Greek geometry involved a new emphasis on the power of reason and served as a foundation for philosophy. Archimedes found ways to determine areas and volume, almost inventing integral calculus, and utilized mathematics to engineer machines. Next came the age of exploration and enlightenment. With one overpowering stroke of genius, a young man in his early 20s, Sir Isaac Newton, invented calculus, discovered the law of gravity, and shed light upon how mathematics could explain the very motion of the planets. With this mathematics, mankind had the power to discover technology that would bring humanity to a new age of scientific discovery. Even so, some irregularities emerged in Newtonian predictions, and so new answers had to be found. I would now like to introduce Meow Theta's Vice President, Anya, to speak about the evolution of mathematics. Thank you.
Hi, I'm Anya Simmons. I speak for the 20th century. The 20th century presented many significant changes in the way we view mathematics, creating a new age in math, which empirical observation and logical thought combined with human imagination to expand the boundaries of mathematics. In November 1905, Albert Einstein took one of the first steps into this new territory by postulating the theory of relativity, which dispelled many long-accepting physical tenets. John von Neumann represented another leader in the new mathematics, developing the new famous game theory, merging concepts and strategy with mathematics principles. While Einstein and von Neumann are but two of the many fantastic minds who contributed to mathematics in this century, their work stands as examples of imaginative developments in the field and great importance which mathematics has begun to take in our everyday lives. The application of 20th century higher mathematics has radically changed virtually every aspect of our lives. In the physical and life sciences, new developments have contributed to analysis of areas of as diverse as mass, energy relations to population growth. Business and economics have benefited new theories in statistics and group analysis. Advances in medical technology and communications abound. Applications of kinds of new mathematics have arisen. Knot theory is now used to explain DNA structures, while topology attempts to understand the shape of our universe. Perhaps the most important development attributes to higher math in the field of computer science and the development of user-friendly computers. With its far-reaching application to virtually every aspect of our lives, mathematics has taken a large step from its role in the past decades as an obscure mental exercise of the few into a position of promise in modern life, making our world both more comfortable and interesting. I'd now like to represent and present Mr. Bixler.
My part in this presentation is the future of mathematics and where are we going. I have seen great change since I started school in mathematics, but we aren't going to go back there. But I see a lot of things in the future that are changing due to technology, but it was mathematics that created most of the technology. I remember taking a programming course where we literally did the zeros and the ones to create a word, and doing punch cards and running them through the computer. It was very slow, and the computer was huge. Now, you carry a computer in your hand that does millions of times more things. But I think two areas that I'd like to speak on as far as the future go. One of the biggest applications of mathematics right now is in medicine. One is in the delivery of medicines to our bodies. What is the best way to get the medicine where it needs to be in the most efficient amount of time so that we don't overload and so that we get enough to be effective. And with all that's happening around us with the COVID and all of that, it's very important that we do that. Another area of medicine is in medical devices. I had a friend who had a kidney stone shattered by ultrasound, and it's based on the principle of an ellipse. And it's a very mathematical concept, and he didn't need surgery. The stone was shattered by the ultrasonic waves. And there are many other areas of medicine that mathematics is being applied. So if you have an interest in medicine and you have a strong mathematics background, you could merge the two together. Or if you're just interested in one or the other, there are wide possibilities out there for this talented group that I mentioned earlier. And one other area that I think is very important for the future is in analytics. You hear analytics, that word, all the time. Analytics involves statistics. In my day, when I was in school, it took hours and days to collect and analyze statistics. Now with computers being able to do most of it, it's more of the interpretation of the statistics. And I'm sure that's playing a role in the developments of the vaccines that are being developed, because they're coming around faster, because the analysis and collecting the data is being done much more efficiently and with greater depth. You don't have to spend all that time doing things by hand. And of course, if you're in recreation, if you're a sports fan, you hear the word analytics all the time. And so in business, small businesses, large business, analytics are very important. But that's all statistics-based, all uses not really that difficult of mathematics. The difficult part are the calculations and the collection of the data. So I see a real future in mathematics. If you have interest in those things, you know, might think about pursuing it and looking into it. I always ask my classes, this year at least, who was the first person that the new Seattle National Hockey League team hired? The owner of the team, who was, you know, it was a young girl who does analytics, a 27-year-old girl. That was the first person they hired to start their new team. And I think that's pretty remarkable, a mathematician. So, and one last thing I'd like to mention, I need to mention this. My mother was diagnosed with COVID on Monday. Today I found out she's recovering, and she'll be home on this Monday from the hospital. She's 97. So, it didn't start out as such a good week, but it's ending as a very good week. So, at this time, I would like all of those who are being inducted, who are seated here now, to please rise. I have some words, official words from the National Mu Alpha Theta organization. If you agree to accept the challenge of membership in this organization, you should answer simply, I do. I now declare you to be members of Mu Alpha Theta. As your name is called, please step forward and accept your membership certificate, and congratulations from me and everyone else up here.
Chloe Clark. We would also like to recognize at home Isabella L., joining us remotely. In addition, we have remotely joining us Langley L., Sydney Gilliam, Ava Gunter, Julius Jasper Mann, Sadie Mann, Evan McCarthy, Elizabeth Michaels, Sarah Michaels, Micah Okerson. Brett Pavlik. Matthew Peterson. Jacob Roman. Carolyn Smith. Juliana Vallone. Samuel Vinci. Julia Williams. And also being inducted this evening from home, joining us remotely, Morgan Wright. Let's hear it for them, please. At this time, I would invite everybody just to take a quick stretch break. Feel free to turn to your neighbor if you haven't met them before. Say hi, get some of that oxygen again going to the brain, but don't move around too much.
I saw your, I couldn't see you. I saw your eyes.
I'd like to invite everyone to start getting back to their seats, please. Thank you, and just a quick message again for anyone who's joining us with live streaming. If you have not already, please go ahead and enter your name in the comments area, and also mention the name of the student who you're supporting this evening for our inductions. And thank you so much for joining us with this live streaming. Parents and guests who are in our classrooms here at Clark, if you have not already had the opportunity to take hold of the one index card that was placed on each of the two seats, if you would please do that. Make sure to print the name of the guests who are with us tonight. And you'll just be leaving that card behind for any tracing that might need to be done. Thank you for that. Okay, hopefully everybody got a little rejuvenation there as we head into the second part of our induction ceremony this evening. Having students propel themselves in their field of interest is fabulous, whether it's art, math, or science. As we induct more young people this evening, I am thankful for their passion and for their continual inquiry, observation, and persistence. May these students flourish beyond the walls of Clark. I am grateful to our teacher of biology and chemistry, and so many more sciences, for guiding our young people in these discoveries and in their service. I am pleased to introduce to all of you, as she tells us more about Science National Honor Society, our founding advisor of Clark's Science National Honor Society, Mrs. Jennifer Bartow.
Good evening. Welcome to the science portion of the evening. Like Ms. Kogut said, I'm Mrs. Bartow, and I am most of the science department. I teach everything here except for physics. So if we look at Science National Honor Society, this society began at Clark in the 2017-2018 school year, so this is only our kind of third to fourth school year. And it was brought about with the purpose of encouraging student participation in science. So to advance students' knowledge of kind of science subjects, science careers, to encourage community service, and to encourage a dedication to the pursuit of just mainly science understanding. The motto inscribed on the crest shown above, it's in Latin, and it translates to, "Fortunate is one who understands the causes of things." It is indeed fortunate to have students like these that are here tonight who are willing to understand and to share the causes of things with the students around them. All SNHS students who will be inducted tonight have met very specific requirements set forth by the organization. First, they're either all juniors, seniors, or exceptional sophomores. They've maintained a 3.5 overall cumulative GPA as well as a 3.5 science-specific GPA. And they've taken one science course this school year, or if they're a senior, they've completed all science course requirements. I will have a few more things to say in just a minute, but I'd like to introduce Emily Osborne, our president, who would like to say a few words first.
Hi again. People often overlook the convergence of science and imagination. Albert Einstein, however, did not. Estimated to have possessed an IQ of over 160, Albert Einstein made unparalleled contributions to quantum mechanics and theoretical physics, revolutionizing humanity's understanding of the universe and its intricacies. Despite his innate brilliance, Einstein argued, "The true sign of intelligence is not knowledge but imagination, for knowledge is limited to all we now know and understand, while imagination embraces the entire world and all there ever will be to know and understand." As you embark on the pursuits of your scientific curiosity, I implore you to let your imagination challenge the notions of what is possible. Transcend the bounds of knowledge with the trajectory of innovative possibility. Be diligent in your inquisition of the world and committed to obtaining new knowledge, but be boldly imaginative and inspired with the application of your insights. Combat climate change, secure global health, revolutionize sustainable energy, eradicate poverty. As a generation of educated and empowered youth, the impact of our knowledge is only confined by the bounds of our passion and ingenuity. With science, resolution, and innovation, we possess the capacity to construct, inspire, and lead a better world than the one we first encounter. As the next generation of Science National Honor Society members, I hope that you will cultivate your intellectual curiosity with an imaginative purpose of what will become of it. After all, knowledge holds power, but imagination holds a future that we can all take part in shaping. Thank you.
All right, I would like to begin by introducing the full charter members of Clark's chapter of SNHS. Inductees, if you would all please stand. And together read the SNHS pledge. Thank you. We are going to, or Ms. Cookwood is going to call your name. As she calls your name, please come up, get your certificate from me, Then move over to the side where Emily has moved. Please sign our book and pick up a glow stick. Do not crack the glow stick yet. I'll tell you when to do so.
Kylie Beecraft. Ella Carswell. Jasmine Echeverria. Erica Gertzik. Maya Gill. Ava Gunter. Katie Hale. Marie Giuliano. Haley Leonardo. Sadie Mann. Elizabeth Michaels. Sarah Michaels. Jessica Morales. Jarrett Dirk Morehouse. Rebecca O'Neill. Harry Papapanos. Matthew Peterson. Sienna Hollis. Jacob Roman. Morgan Uber. Juliana Valone. Samuel Vinci. Julia Williams. And also being inducted this evening, remotely from home, Morgan Wright.
We have a little bit of a backup, so we'll just pause for a second. We do have a number of members who were inducted this school year that were unable to attend this evening. In case they're on the live stream, I'm going to go ahead and just list their names as well. We have Hope Alford, Adrian Arteta, Gianna Brooks, Alexander DeCesar, Coulter Kendall, and Peyton Shore. Okay. Science is woven into the fabric of our society. It'll aid students in the understanding of causes of events within our world. I'm hopeful that this society will help culture a new generation of scientists. And my last message to all of you is this. I ask that you all be passionate, be brave, ask questions. Don't be silenced. Take part in something. No matter how small or how quiet the step you take seems, it's still a step. And sometimes what we fail to understand is that small steps taken by many can actually lead to something pretty great. New members may now activate their glow sticks. They're a little hard, you might need some help. Welcome to National Science Honor Society. Okay, so wave your glow sticks in the air. If you're having a sweet party.
Keep them up for a couple of moments so we can try to get everybody. At least one of them should work.
Aptly and appropriately named, National Honor Society is the society or the group of those across our nation, so throughout the entire United States, who are meant to be honored and respected for the work and the immense service that they do as high school students for the betterment of our community. NHS is just one more reason we gather together here tonight in our knowledge room at Clark, to honor those within our school who go above and beyond and also excel at their academics while using their time and their talents to support others by way of their service and their leadership. This evening, we join with our current members of NHS to induct our newest members into this local chapter of the National Honor Society. I look forward to listening along with all of you to our NHS officers as we hear about the 4 criteria or qualities that are expected of our National Honor Society members. But first, some words of welcome from our NHS sponsor, Mr. Walter Judd.
Okay. When it comes to speeches, perhaps the most important, profound, brilliant speech was delivered by Abraham Lincoln. It was only a few minutes. He was followed by a guy who spoke for 2 hours. That was the keynote. And nobody remembers him, but everybody remembers Lincoln. I will not match Lincoln's profoundness nor brilliance, but I will match his brevity here. And I understand there are cupcakes waiting for us. NHS has been around 100 years. This is the 100th anniversary of NHS. I've been a sponsor, I guess, for 13 years. That means I've been for 13% of NHS's existence. Beyond the ability to do a little bit of basic arithmetic, I'm not sure what that means, but NHS means a lot. Particularly Clark NHS, and I cannot talk about that. Particularly Clark NHS. We are active. We are very active. We do a lot. I got into teaching quite some time ago. I can't match Mr. Bitzer, but beyond that, quite some time ago. And at that point in time, my purpose to be in a classroom was to be on the field and coach. That's the only reason I was there. I don't do that. I haven't done that in a long time. This comes close for me. Having the NHS do the things that it does. But NHS is student driven. It is up to the members of NHS to make NHS work. Some of you guys sitting out here now will be sitting here where these ladies and gentlemen are sitting. And you will be taking their places, and you will be driving Clark NHS on. We put toys under Christmas trees. We build Christmas trees. We give thousands of dollars to cancer societies, to mental health. We create art shows. We do a lot. But it is up to the students to do that. It is not up to me to do it. It is up to you guys to do it, and you all have been doing it, and you will continue to do it. I have no doubts. I am very proud of Clark NHS. When I speak to my officers, I don't always tell them I'm proud of it. I think perhaps they pick that up though. I am very proud of what NHS does. I expect a lot, but they deliver more. You know, hey, let's get some toys for some kids. Not only do they get toys for kids, but they get gift cards for the parents to go out and eat too. So, you know, they exceed expectations. So when you step into their place, you will have expectations. You will exceed those expectations. To paraphrase Spider-Man's uncle, you've been given much, much is expected. And along those lines, I'm going to shut myself down here. Most of the rest of this ceremony is driven by the NHS officers. They will speak. The president, Caitlin Berger, will pledge you into NHS. It's not my job, it's the chapter president's job to do that. And I will just give you a couple quick reminders here. I know we practiced. As you move around, Sienna Paulus will hand you a small candle. If you are on this half, my left side of the room, get it lit over there by Mr. Bixler. There will be an NHS officer there to do it. If you're on this side of the room, there will be an NHS officer to light the candle. And then Ms. Berger will pledge you into NHS. So without any further ado, I'm going to introduce our Vice President, Nick Lynch, to give the first speech of our 2021 induction ceremony.
Thank you, Mr. Judd. Before I start off, I would just like to thank everybody for coming here today. It's really amazing what all of you are doing, and it's incredibly important to remember what NHS means for all of us, and I know you guys will all live up to our expectations. There's no greater honor than service. there is no greater reward than service. And today, as all of you know, there is no greater need. If we look to our current political polarization, climate meltdown, and the effects of a global pandemic, we can all see an inherent need for service, and that's where all of you come in. Opportunities arise every day to better our school and community. Willingness to work for the benefit of those in need without compensation or recognition is a quality that we expect all of our members to uphold as a natural part of their lives. Our members pledge to volunteer their time and talents to create a better tomorrow, and that's exactly what we are here to do today. I've always felt that service encapsulates the true mission of National Honor Society. Despite the limitations this past year has provided, we were able to organize beach cleanups, fundraisers, and provide donations to our community. This willingness to work for the benefit of those in need without monetary compensation or recognition is a quality we seek in all of our members and the true meaning of service. And I hope each of you continue this sentiment. I recently heard a great quote from Martin Luther King. Everyone can be great because everyone can serve. And that's for the parents too. We can always use a little bit more help. Thanks, everybody.
Good evening and congratulations to tonight's inductees. My name is Ella Carswell and I'm the historian of National Honor Society. Tonight, as we recognize the young men and women of Clark Advanced Learning Center and the amazing things that they have accomplished throughout their academic career, I challenge each of you to not stop here. Now, it would be unfair for me to give you such a challenge without first offering insight, proven not by my experience alone, but by the experiences of people far more successful than I. The makings of a truly successful person, perhaps deeper than conventional definition, begin with character. Having character goes beyond success, whether it's inside the classroom, on the field, as a leader, or average Joe. The beauty of character is that it isn't limited to being displayed under normal circumstances. On the contrary, it's exhibited in both our victories and defeat. Rudyard Kipling once wrote that you have character, quote, if you can dream and not make dreams your master, if you can think and not make thoughts your aim, if you can meet with both triumph and disaster and treat those imposters just the same, end quote. Mr. Kipling, as he describes character, stated that a man or woman of good character treats their wins and losses just the same. They don't allow failure to strip them of their character, but simply see defeat as an opportunity to practice it. Just the same, a person's wins are not a reflection of their character. However, how they carry themselves in success speaks to the content of their character. Tonight, I challenge each of you not just to keep achieving, but to continue to develop and display character as you navigate life, the classroom, and leadership. Thank you. I'd like to introduce Caitlin Mulcahy, the Secretary of National Honor Society.
Hello. Congratulations to everyone being inducted. Tonight I will be speaking to you about scholarship, which is one of the 4 pillars of National Honor Society. Scholarship is one of those words that we can all identify with, but isn't that easy to define. Many of us here would define it as academic achievement, or the qualities of a scholar, or maybe something we all want to get for college. But I would like to dig deeper. What are the qualities of a scholar? If we look to Oxford, they say it's a specialist in a particular branch of study, especially the humanities, or a distinguished academic. But is that accurate? Everyday scholarship for me is a commitment to learning and growing on an educational path. It means making the most of the educational opportunities provided and seeking out learning, not only in school or similar settings, but also personally. Everyday scholarship doesn't require a minimum GPA, but it does require effort. Now, if we use this as our working definition of scholarship, we can see that all of you sitting in this room tonight exemplify the qualities of a scholar. But scholarship is not all about grades or awards, it's about the pursuit of knowledge for knowledge's sake. The students willing to go that extra mile. You are all excellent students, and you pursue knowledge for the knowledge's sake. You accept the fact that the purpose of school is just for that. You don't always know where the knowledge will take you, but you know that you'll need it to help you for the future. I congratulate all of you for making it into our National Honor Society and showing up tonight for our induction. I hope to see a few of you up here giving these speeches next year. Before I go, I would like to leave you with a quote from Bill Nye, the great scholar that we are all familiar with. The more you find out about the world, the more opportunities there are to laugh about it. Thank you. And now I introduce Caitlin Berger, our president.
Hi. I'd like to start my speech off by thanking everyone who came out tonight in support of our inductees and everyone who worked so diligently to make tonight's event a success. As the president of the National Honor Society, I've had the opportunity to learn more about my community, my peers, and the act of leadership itself. For me, leadership is the act of motivating others towards a common goal while also being aware of the individual's personal aspirations. Ensuring the inclusion and promotion of each member of the National Honor Society has been my top priority throughout this school year. I believe that a good leader is someone who recognizes that every single person has different experiences, beliefs, customs, and values. A good leader encourages and motivates others to contribute their unique qualities to the group's goals and successes. This year, due to COVID-19, it has come with a lot of unique sets of challenges. A socially distant and somewhat virtual first semester, mixed with trying to carry out the traditional projects of the National Honor Society, has been difficult for everyone involved. However, despite the adversity that my peers and I have faced, we have had some humbling successes over the past semester as well. The Beach Cleanup Committee visited Hope Sound and Sword beaches to collect trash and purify our shorelines. The Mental Health Committee researched and presented information about common mental health conditions during a school-wide assembly in October. The committee also distributed mental health goodie baskets to Coral Shore Behavioral Health Center, as well as appreciation bags to our wonderful teachers and staff members at Clark. The Tree and Lights Committee put together a beautiful Christmas tree that was donated to the Tykeson Teens Festival of Tree and Lights. The Toy Drive Committee donated Christmas gifts to families who may have otherwise gone without this year. And finally, our Create for a Cause Committee has been working extremely hard on our coming up silent annual art auction. And I believe that a title does not make someone a leader. A leader proves themselves through their actions. I am so grateful to have had the opportunity to be a part of this club, to be able to speak to all of you, and to be surrounded by such dedicated and driven individuals. I'd like to thank every National Honor Society member for contributing your time and efforts into this club, and I am so excited to get to know this year's new inductees. Thank you. And now Ms. Copeland is going to come up to read everyone's names.
Rakip Ame. Connor Burrell. Samantha Burr. Emily Canales. Alfred Carnaccio. Skylar Crumpler. Joining from home, we have Alexander de Cesar, Micah Dembski, Delaney Dyer, we honor this evening as well Xander Goldman joining from home, Katie Hale, Katie Hernandez, joining from home, we also honor Isabella L. and Langley L. Alexander Johansson, Evan McCarthy, Brett Pavlik, Sienna Perez, Solana Perez, Brooke Piccoli, Taylor Piccoli, Stephen Ressler, Mallory Schweitzer, Carolyn Smith, Zoe Williams, joining from home this evening, Morgan Wright, Christopher Warsinski,
I'll wait until. All right, if all of the National Honor Society inductees would stand, please. And if you all would say with me the pledge. I pledge myself to uphold the high... You guys can say it with me. I pledge myself to uphold the high principles of the National Honor Society to which I have been selected. I will be true to the principles for which it stands. I will maintain and encourage high standards of scholarship, service, leadership, character, and citizenship. Thank you. And I'd just like to remind all of the National Honor Society inductees that we have a meeting on Monday, so I'm really excited to see you guys there. Thank you.
Go ahead and blow out your candles, leave it on your desk, we'll come back and get them.
So what an amazing collection of young people we have with us here this evening. We so look forward to seeing and hearing all of the continued accomplishments from each and every one of you. The contributions that our students make to this world, way beyond Clark. We know it's coming and we thank you for what you will have in your futures. Let's hear it for these phenomenal honorees. We thank all of you for coming together this evening to help us recognize and induct our top Clark students. For those at home and throughout live streaming land, thank you for joining us tonight. Remote inductees, your families, and your friends. As our inductees practiced yesterday, I'm going to dismiss them a couple of rows at a time to be met by their family members at one of our many snack stations. Or, if you'd prefer, grab a snack and head on out to your car. We will encourage physical distancing for the safety and, of course, the comfort of all. Everyone, we wish you a safe and wonderful weekend. Please join us in the Career Cafe for a reception of cupcakes, water, or soda. Parents, guests, please leave the index cards at your area. And at this time, our back two rows of students, please exit. We have reception areas just outside the door and also beyond in the cafeteria area.